My pee-pee is wet. I just got out the shower, and this being the case, me being naked and fresh, I thought it is no better time than to do another Chris Allen recap. And as you may well see by the lovely, lovely image right before your very eyes and my own, we have a lot to talk about. So I'll reiterate once again what the Chris Allen recaps are. It's basically me going over stuff I think is relevant or things that are going on in an extremely informal way. As you could tell by my pee-pee being wet right now and me being basically naked. Yeah, that's basically it. I'm probably just going to repeat that for the next couple of videos. But regardless, this shouldn't be a long one. There's not too much to talk about unless I start going on a tangent. But the first piece of thing, or the first piece of ass I want to go over is how Treyarch duped me once again. I'll be honest, I was riding the hate wagon recently. I was very much disliking Treyarch Activision, or not Activision, Treyarch, because there was no content. Now, I don't know if that's Activision's fault, but I was very angry. I was very upset. You know, we've been stuck with the same zombie map. We're all sick of it. Wow, Tombstone's coming back. I made another Chris Allen recap about that and how I'm upset at that, but the main thing is we just had no new content until Season 2, and today that completely got turned around because Treyarch came out in a blog post and said, to us the fans, don't worry, don't fret, don't cry. We will give you the new zombie map February 4th. And I got ecstatic. I'm super fucking excited. Treyarch has basically kissed us on the mouth. Now, obviously, it would have been better if at the start of, the game releasing, we had 2 zombie maps, but this changes a lot of things. And the first big thing it changes for me is that we might get more than 4 zombie maps. I'm not too hopeful about this, but then again, I wasn't too hopeful about us getting a DLC or anything relevant earlier than expected, and look where we are now. To put it in perspective, people thought, I don't know whether this was how it is actually going, but people thought we were supposed to get this map, Firebase Z, on February, I think, 16th? 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, somewhere around there. Like mid-February, right? But then because Season 1 got delayed by a week, we thought it was going to come out February 24th. And now, it turns out, it's coming out February 4th, in 3 weeks about. So, we don't know what the fuck's going on, but people are thinking they're pushing forward the release date because we've had no content, we've been complaining, and Zombies players have been basically getting shafted. I hope that's not the case, because if that's the case, then we still might get 4 DLCs, for Zombies at least, this season. They're really pushing the content for multiplayer, Warzone, and Dirty Bomb, by the way. Like, I'm seeing like the mid-season update and how much content they're adding and how much they're planning to add. It's crazy. For Season 1, they're adding so much, and I really got to give it to Treyarch. I said this before, and I'll say it again. I feel like Cold War will be an absolutely stunning and amazing game later down the line. But things are looking good. Things are looking good, and I have hope that this wasn't just pushed ahead of schedule and that we're getting more than 4 zombie maps. But regardless, this image is fucking sexy. We have a new boss monster. I'm very excited, and this bodes very well. Now, that's not the only piece of news we're going over here. I probably should have put this at the beginning, or said this at the beginning, but I'm not editing this shit. I'm naked. So, basically, other shit we have to go over, which should be pretty short, is League of Legends. And the thing about League of Legends is this lovely man, Viego. So, I haven't really talked about my thoughts on Viego, and just in general what's happening with him in the League of Legends universe. If you didn't see, or if you don't care, I'll explain it here right now. Basically, Riot said this year is like the year of Viego, right? We're gonna suck this sexy man off. Now, lore-wise, he's pretty fucking cool. Vladimir is canonically his uncle from like 1,000+ years ago. He is related to Vladimir. They're both fucking savage people. Like, what they do is atrocities, but to Viego, no atrocity is too great to get Isolde, his wife, his poor beggar wife. But yeah, so this whole year is going to be themed around him. He's allegedly a jungler. I've been seeing people play him God knows everywhere else, as, you know, the community usually does. If he's a jungler, I'll be happy. I can actually play a jungler that looks like they can carry and is, like, you know, damage-oriented rather than just tank or, you know, mix of bruiser and whatnot. I like kill junglers, especially carry-oriented kill junglers. He seems like he's a carry. Yeah, his kit seems pretty cool. It works well in the jungle, but I think it could work in lane. If you want to see his kit, go look at it somewhere else. I want to keep this short. But anyway, what's interesting is that Isolde is very much heavily hinted to be a champion coming. I don't know if it's the next one. It's heavily hinted at because she's a seamstress. She was a poor little seamstress. And they said the next champion is a seamstress. You know, Riot said that in their new video. And basically, everything points to her. It's basically Isolde. If it's not Isolde, Riot will give us an uppercut to the face in terms of what we were expecting, and I hope they do that. But if it is Isolde, I don't mind. If I remember correctly, they said she was supposed to be a top lane magic bruiser, which I actually think we need more of. I think we have too much AD in the top lane. But anyway, very excited for that. It seems like a great year, yet again, for League of Legends. The biggest event they had so far, in my opinion, that really blew me away was Spirit Blossom. I think that was the first multi-patch event that, like, really struck me, and it might have actually been the first, if I'm being honest. If it wasn't the first, it was the first that mattered. So, I think they're doing a multi-patch event with the Ruined King, obviously, and I'm very happy for that. Now, that's not all there is to say in League news. There's other League news / me reaching out to the lovely, lovely community of League of Legends that I also love, as you can tell by my streams at twitch.tv/technicchannel, where I only say nice things to them. And that is the voting. Ooh. So, Riot's giving us the option to choose another champion update for a couple of the champions that have lost touch, as well as a new thematic, a new skin line that we get to choose what we get. Some people might call this lazy. In a way, I could see that. I could see it's lazy. In my opinion, they should probably do them all. Personally, I would love to see that. But in terms of the champion update, they should do them all. In terms of the thematics, it's alright if they choose one. Now, here's why. If all of these champions need an update, you should give them an update. Obviously, maybe they'll get it down the line. You know, there's an issue of manpower. We're still in COVID times. Thank God, because I'm getting unemployment out the ass. Thank you, Democrats. But, yeah, like, if these champions are to the point where we have to vote on a rework for them, that means they all really need the rework. They need an update. So, regardless, it's fine. Whatever. We'll choose one because of manpower and community, I guess, retention or interest, whatnot. Who gives a shit? Thematics, though, I completely understand why they would want us to vote. Let's say they make a skin line. Let's say they pour time, effort, and money into making a skin line, and it doesn't pan out and they lose money. At that point, you know, they kind of fucked up. Not only did we get screwed on a bad patch of skins, they got screwed in terms of just a loss. So them asking us, hey, tell us what you want and we'll give it to you. Not only does that safeguard them into actually making a profit, hopefully, it also gives us the option to tell them what we actually want. And this isn't like a community skin that was suggested, which they've done before. I don't know if they've done it recently, but they've definitely done it before. They've taken community skin ideas and made it into reality. You know, Pool Party Ziggs was the iconic, you know, great one back in the day. I think one of the Mundo ones was Pool Party Zac, obviously. Yeah, the list goes on, most likely. But they're giving us the option now to choose an entire thematic line. So multiple skins in this line, and if it's good, they'll continue it. Now, I'm very excited. I love more choice. Again, with the champion update, I would have preferred if all the champions got updated, but again, I understand the reality, and I'm happy I get to choose. Now, going forward with this, I'm going to show you what I chose, and hopefully you as my loving, adoring fans will help these picks that I've chosen go through. So let's start with the champion update. So basically, I'll quickly go over what they want to do and why I came to the decision I did, right? So these are the 5 champions. Skarner, who sucks cock. Nocturne, who is really one-dimensional and kind of sucks cock, but is okay, in my opinion. Quinn, who's a nuisance, used to be an AD, now is a top, but is a top AD, so isn't really good unless she gets fed and is kind of an assassin. She's all over the place, and she fucking sucks and is stupid. She's only good into melees, and I hate her, and she's basically like a suck-ass assassin AD, basically. If you want an assassin AD, play Kaisa, in my opinion. Shyvana, who, I don't know what the hell's going on with her. Her only, in my opinion, viable build is either tank or AP. And even then, with AP, it's just one ability that you use. And Udyr. And as you can tell by the image here of my client, I voted for Udyr. Udyr, honestly, I think out of all the people, didn't need an update. I think Udyr has obvious strengths and weaknesses. He's like Tryndamere. It's like, okay, he could just be kited, but if you can't kite him, he's pretty good at what he does, which is, you know, just brawling you, stunning you, and being like a little tanky. He's like a jungle bruiser killer, in my opinion. Like, he does more damage than a bruiser should do. Isn't as tanky sometimes. I don't know. I feel like Udyr does everything. But anyway, let me tell you why I came to the decision. I fucking hate Skarner, and I don't play Skarner. I fucking don't play Nocturne, but I think he's okay, and I would play him. I hate Quinn. I don't like Quinn. Fuck Quinn. Shyvana is too boring, and I don't really play her. Udyr is, out of all of these champions, I play the most, so I just chose his ass. That's basically how I got to Udyr. So, for the thematics, as you can already tell, I voted for Crime City Nightmare. And I'll go over my thought process. So, Monster Tamers just looks dumb as all hell. Like, Janna looks like a fucking bug catcher. Like, what is this? The colors are okay, I guess. I mean, they don't look like bad skins, potentially. But they just look like lackluster, like the run-of-the-mill. Debonair 2.0. If Crime City Nightmare was not here, I would have chosen Debonair 2.0. Debonair 1.0, in my opinion, is literally just, okay, they put on like a good-looking suit, but their effects are ass. I don't think of any Debonair skin as having good effects. Hopefully that might have changed with Debonair 2.0. If it wins, I'll be happy to see it. Because now they're like fusing stuff into it, kind of. And they do look pretty fly. They look really, really good. Like, the champions look fucking... But, Debonair 2.0, it's not bad. I would say it's a pretty decent skin line, especially if they put nice effects on it. But my main thing is Crime City Nightmare. This skin line is just so fucking cool. I love the thematic. I love Crime City, which used to be Mafia, but Italians apparently got offended. I love Crime City, and I love the effects. It's red and black, so it's a dark theme, and I love darkness. And yo, it's like a nightmare theme. Like, that's so fucking cool. But anyway, that's why I picked Nightmare. I just think it's the coolest of them. I hope my fans out there, whoever watches this video, please vote Udry and Crime City Nightmare. Honestly, I have no clue what's going to win. I can't even pretend to guess. I don't know, but those are my picks. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this Croissant recap. It went slightly longer than I thought it would, but I just went over, you know, some zombies news that is super fucking good for the community. And, you know, league news. And my pee-pee's still wet, so I'm going to go dry it off. But I hope you enjoyed. If you want me to cover something in another Croissant recap or whatever, you know, tell me. I try and do everything on my channel as informal as possible, especially this. So these could be anywhere from like 5 minutes, even though they probably never will be, to like hours if I really need them to be. But yeah, I mean, I don't edit these anyway, so it doesn't matter. But anyway, that's about it for this one. I hope you enjoyed.